Biden pulled up because he wanted to visit the New Orleans Victims Memorial and pay his respects. Check it out.
To the current president now. Look at this. President Biden and the First Lady. This is literally in the last maybe 90 seconds to 3 minutes. They arrived in New Orleans to visit this memorial for the people who were killed and hurt in that New Year's morning attack on Bourbon Street. Later on tonight, the first couple will be at a prayer service to remember those victims. All of it as there are new questions tonight about just how safe the city actually is after that truck plowed into a group of people celebrating in the French Quarter. You've got a big test just hours from now with Epiphany celebrations. That's like the kickoff to the carnival season in New Orleans with some parades happening near Bourbon Street. Jesse Kirsch is there. He is in New Orleans. Let's start there at the new security barriers that are being installed. There's a question of what they can actually stop, how effective.
I appreciate everybody that support the platform. Everybody that have support the platform, I appreciate you guys.
They could be. Talk us through it.
Yeah, so Hallie, the barriers that are being installed here, according to the company that makes them, are only rated to stop a vehicle going 10 miles per hour.
Jesus.
And some security experts tell us that you need to be able to stop a vehicle going 30 miles per hour to effectively be protecting against the possibility of a terrorist attack. The mayor of New Orleans was asked about this at a press conference yesterday, and she acknowledged and double check. So, Hallie, just to fill you in on what that is, there are a couple of armored sheriff's vehicles and state police vehicles that have been down here, and I'm just looking over the balcony where we are on Bourbon Street just to make sure, because obviously this is an area that has had moments of tension right over the last week, and actually,
thank you,
I don't know
Mr.
if you'll be able
Tesla.
to see it, probably not. I'm gonna have a photographer try to push it and show it. The state police vehicle that was just blocking off this intersection, a block off of Canal on Bourbon Street. They had two massive armored vehicles here, and you're now seeing them go down Bourbon Street, away from Canal Street. These were blocking off that intersection while the president was making that stop. And of course, as we've become all too...
Yeah, they shut everything down when the president is in the city. Everything shut down. Ain't nobody gonna get close to Biden. Everywhere that guy walks is snipers on the roof. That junk blew my mind when I started seeing what was going on. During Trump's presidential election, I had an opportunity to go to a couple rallies and meet him and stuff like that. Man, if you just look up in the sky, it's drones everywhere. It's police, local police, bodyguards. Dog, you got to get searched before you even get remotely close to the vicinity, and you got to know somebody and all of this stuff. I've seen snipers all across the roof. State police be blocking off routes. It is the craziest thing ever. I don't know why anybody would ever want to elevate themselves unless you truly, truly love this country. I am not sure why anybody would ever want to be president of the United States of America. Your life is forever. That is the type of fame that I don't want. That is the type of fame that I don't want, where you basically have to walk and have an itinerary every day, and have snipers everywhere you go to protect you. I don't want that type of love. It ain't enough love and hate in the world, and people get so butthurt about it, they be ready to crash out. I don't even think that Biden know where he at this point. I don't think that Biden even know where he at this point. You said it's going to be packed at Mardi Gras. Your car said don't go. Well, NOLA, well, you changed your name. You changed your name? Y'all said that picture at the bottom of the screen ain't right. That's Biden. That's Biden. I don't think he know where he is. New Orleans is a wild place for me. I'll tell y'all about that in a minute. Let's continue.
Familiar with yet again over the past several months, the security that you need around a president or a former president, as we've come to see with attempts on President-elect Trump's life in recent months. But that appears to have just been part of that security situation. So.
Okay.
Calmness here now. The music is playing, and I think it just speaks to the strangeness of the dichotomy of what we've been seeing on Bourbon Street over the last week. At the end of the block, you have people who have had tears down their eyes. You have been people bowing their heads in prayer. The president of the United States was just doing the sign of the cross at Bourbon and Canal Street, where this rampage began. And if you just go hundreds of feet down the block, you can hear saxophone jazz music. There are people standing around a bar. there's this liveliness, the lights, the neon lights going down the block here, and what people think of when they think of Bourbon Street. So it's just been this very strange, right, side by side of grief and the exuberance that we normally experience here. And so the way those two have.
You said NOLA is your home? What you mean? Um, I'll tell you exactly what I mean. When have I ever been one to mince words? I think that y'all demonic down there. 100%. I think that y'all crazy. I think that it's a lot of demons running around in New Orleans. And there's no way, if you've ever driven outside of Bourbon Street, that you can tell me that it's a great place to raise a family. It's under sea level. It is going to be one of the first places that's destroyed in the United States of America as the polar ice caps melt. And every other block, I see a place that does voodoo, witchcraft, voodoo, sticking pins and dials, all of that. What, you thought that I was gonna mince my words just because we talking about New Orleans and a bunch of people suffered? And shouts out to their families. I hope everybody heal. But let's be very, very clear. Let's be very, very clear. I'm not mincing words. I think that New Orleans is demonic. 100%. 1000%. I think that New Orleans could quite possibly be one of the most spiritually under duress cities in the United States of America. 1000%. I remember I was reading a story about a woman who, every time somebody went into her shop, right, because she had a shop down in New Orleans, every time that somebody went into her shop, she would put like this witchcraft dust or voodoo dust on people, so where they was unsuspectingly having this stuff fall onto them every time that they came into their shop. And so she was basically cursing them. She was basically cursing them. When I went down to New Orleans, when I go and visit New Orleans, because I go and visit it occasionally. I don't stay in New Orleans. I usually fly down into Biloxi, and then once I fly into Biloxi, and I hang out over in Mississippi. New Orleans is roughly about an hour drive to go and visit. So I'll go and visit New Orleans just to see what the vibes is and stuff. Man, the first time that I visited New Orleans and the second time that I visited New Orleans, I said, man, this place is wild. It's 1000% wild. I said that this is one of the wildest places, and this place is giving me the heebie-jeebies, bro. I said that this place is giving me the heebie-jeebies. I will walk around, and the police is not trying to stop anybody. I seen people fall out on the street, hit their head. I seen a dude take a whole dump right in the middle of the street in New Orleans. The police is only there to prevent people from killing each other. That's it. Anything goes. Anything goes in New Orleans. And I know that that sounds enticing because on the surface it'll be like, well, you know, it's a great place to party. You can go and get some box. You can get boxolitis and all of that stuff. Man, listen, bro. It ain't enough gumbo enough anywhere for me to go and stay there overnight. And you know what the funniest part about it? Don't leave out of the French Quarter. Don't leave off Bourbon Street. Don't leave off to that general area. Cause after you leave out of that general area, it's gonna be like, whoa, they, whoa, they. Oh, you like leaving out of French Quarter, huh? You like leaving off of Bourbon Street, huh? You don't got the word in street, huh? If you in New Orleans, huh? You like chilling out with dope fiends, huh? Giving up all of the peen, huh? You like dying on Bourbon Street. And if you leave Bourbon Street, you're gonna get where them hoes is at. Y'all have no clue what's happening all around y'all. And because y'all are not spiritually inept, y'all not equipped, y'all not really paying attention to what's happening around y'all. Is whoa they. I bring it back to the bottom of the map. Whoa they. I bring it back to the bottom of the map. Wayne don't even live there. Birdman ain't there. Boosie said, I'm out. I'm out. Whoa, they. I'll bring it back to the bottom of the map. Whoa, they. Broke the levees on y'all and everything. Said, y'all ran over to Houston, brought y'all demonic ways over there. Stay going back to New Orleans. Build your house on stilts. All of the houses is 20 feet in the air and all of them on stilts. That's a bad sign, though.
Have been coming together over the last week has been very interesting to see play out, and that's what we continue to see tonight, Hallie.
It is quite a split screen, Jesse, especially as they lay it out like that. We just showed that video of President Biden and the First Lady talking about people who are at the French Quarter, as they typically might be on any day, over the course of the last couple of years. President Biden here again, Jesse, is playing that role of consoler in chief.
That's right, and we do expect him to be spending time with families affected by this tragedy, which happened last week. And we're now getting some more information, Hallie, from the White House on steps moving forward. The Biden administration is promising higher levels of protection for Mardi Gras. That comes after the Super Bowl. The mayor of New Orleans has said she had wanted more federal resources for that, and she is now getting them, according to the Biden administration. That means that there will be more federal support for that event, treated as a higher level event in terms of the type of federal support. And I want to go back to what we were talking about a moment ago, Hallie, when we heard those sirens going off. So the mayor of New Orleans is now acknowledging that she does not know for certain, she cannot say with certainty, that the barriers they have been installing here and are in the midst of getting ready for the Super Bowl are actually strong enough for the crowds that would be coming through for that. And that was
Y'all want me to talk about New Orleans? Terry, why y'all want me to talk about New Orleans? Everybody get the jokes. Oh, so we could talk about Chicago. We could talk about what's happening over in Miami. We could talk about New York. We could talk about Oakland. We could talk about LA. We could talk about Akron. We could talk about Memphis. We could talk about Colorado, Denver, New Mexico, but we can't talk about New Orleans. Why we can't talk about New Orleans? Every place got its good and bad. We just acknowledging the bad today. Everybody catches an L. Everybody catches their L. New Orleans is known for voodoo and witchcraft. That is a fact. Voodoo, witchcraft, and titties flying and box that you don't want. Listen, if a woman is offering you box and you just so happen to be partying Mardi Gras, if she offering you box for beads, B&B, not Airbnb, B&B. If she offering you B&B, box for beads, don't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it. It's not gonna work out for you well, bro. It's not gonna work out for you well. If she offering you box for beads, walk away immediately. Don't pass go, don't take $200. Just get the heck up out of there, bro. Real talk. And every time somebody holds y'all accountable, it don't mean that they hate neither. It just means that we having a conversation.